What do you think about Indian girls? Hey, listen, you are trying to put me in trouble.
They were pretty and beautiful.
They are very much cultured.
Hi guys, welcome to this new video. And in today's video, some friend of mine, foreigners, will share their experience in India. They lived in India and today they have decided to share their experience with you all. If you're interested in this content, please subscribe to this channel, like, comment and share with your friends. And if you're interested in knowing what foreigner lived in India, sit down comfortably.
I studied my Bachelor of Medicine and Surgery in India. Why did I choose India? Yeah, well, as at when I got my admission, India was one of the best in the world in the art and science of medicine, if not the best. Because as at then, people from developed countries had to travel down to India to get medical treatment. It was very, very ideal that I got my medical degree from the best. And I appreciate my medical training over there.
I'm not living in India anymore. I have been only for, well, I was like 5 months or maybe less, and I was doing an internship. That's the internship is the only option that they gave me. They didn't give me other countries, but I choose India, because it was kind of exotic.
I studied in India. I was studying as an international student under Indian government scholarship. So let's say after high school, I made a list of countries where I wanted to study. And so I was looking for scholarship from the embassies of those countries in my country. I visited Indian embassy in my country and I got the opportunities to apply. I applied and then I got the scholarship. Yeah, but the answer you might be looking for is why India was my list. India was my list for three main reasons. First of all, it was suggested by one of my teachers in high school. Secondly, in most of the countries, India is considered or is seen as a country with higher technology. So, as a student of science, technology, or engineering, India would be a great destination. The third reason is I have been seeing people from my country or my countrymen studying in India, returning home, occupying big positions in the society. So seeing them like that, I'm a dreamer, and I also consider India in my list.
I came in India in January 2017. First, I came for study purpose. I came to because I got a scholarship from my government to come and study my MBA over here. So after completion of my MBA, I got an amazing opportunity in Tata Consultancy Services (TCS), which is one of the major IT companies in the world. So I got a contract of 1 year. So that's what I'm doing right now.
I went there for my studies, initially for my postgraduate studies in computer science, notably big data, because I got a scholarship and I thought it was a really good idea because everyone knows that Indians have a pretty good expertise with IT all over the world, whether it's in Asia or even in the United States or in many other countries. They have a very good expertise. If you go on YouTube, like everywhere, you'll find like Indian folks making video tutorials. They are famous for that. So yeah, when I got the scholarship, I thought it would be a good idea to seize that opportunity.
My experience in India was kind of, let's say, difficult because you don't have the amenities that you have in a country like in Spain. So, but it was okay when you were traveling around India. It was one of the most exciting experience that I had in there. But that's it. That's the only thing that I have to say. you don't have some things like, for example, like a washing machine. I didn't have a free. Well, I had a fridge, but it was kind of not really good. Well, you know.
My experience in India was like a movie in which I was the main actor. It was like a movie because we started with lots of challenges and ended with victory. So it was challenging for many reasons. The first is language barrier. I'm from a French-speaking country, and I was not so good at English at that moment. And also, local people do not speak English. I was the only one from French-speaking country, so it was quite difficult. Not only among the local people, but also among the international students. The second reason is I was the first black student or African student in my college, with other four girls from different African countries. So imagine me being among local students who have never seen black person. It was not easy. Also, the third reason was food adaptation. Gujarat is a vegetarian state, and it is difficult to find, especially for new foreigners, to find non-veg food. So I spend many times eating only vegetarian food with lots of spices, something that I was not used to it. So it was quite difficult.
It's funny because whenever people ask me, like people who are from Africa or from other countries, and they have never been there, I never know where to start from because it's so crazy. There are so many different things that you can't even, if you haven't lived it and somebody tells you, you'll think they're full. Like, maybe we'll get to that later, but just something that happened to me the first time and that blew my mind. Like, first day I arrived in India and we're getting to the college, the college where I'm going to study, and I noticed that all the cars are stopped and like nobody's moving for a long time, and I stick my head out of the bus and I noticed that there is a cow or two like crossing the road very slowly, and everybody is waiting for them. So yeah, that gives you an idea of how the whole thing went. So I would say it was a very crazy experience. Everything was different and new for me. It was my first time out of Africa. It was a different language, because there are different languages everywhere in that country, different food, different thinking, different cultural norms. Everything was different. Everything was different. I think it's an experience that really shocks you into realizing the diversity of the world, because we always think, oh, this is normal and this is not normal, but when you discover something that is so different from mainstream Western culture or from African culture, but that is shared by more than 1 billion people, what can you say? It's normal for 1 billion people, so somehow it's normal. So I had a crazy experience that really opened my mind differently to humanity and how the world works. But yeah, it was a great experience altogether.
So far, I can say my experience in India has been good, and I've learned a lot. I've been in multicultural environment, and I've learned a lot. And I've experienced a lot.
It was actually a very fascinating one. It was interesting. Like, it's one experience I'd say which shaped me to be a better person, because I had to see life from a broader perspective rather than seeing things from the conventional way. I had to see things from my perspective, from another person's perspective, bring them all together, and then you get a clearer view of the picture. And it was great indeed. Besides that, I met lovely friends, from the locals to the foreigners, international students too, who were around with me. It was all a very lovely experience. We had times when we went out together, we had adventures together, visited places together, we taught some parts of the countries together, and it was really amazing. It was really, really nice.
What do you think about Indian girls? Hey, listen, you are trying to put me in trouble. And would you marry an Indian girl? Listen, um, Indian girls are nice. I have many good female friends, so I cannot say that they're not nice. Shout out to Shiny, Altia, Vishali. Some of the amazing girls I met there. Shout out to you guys if you watch this video. But I would say in general, Indian girls are pretty shy. Especially when talking to males, especially people who are foreigners. It can be very difficult to interact with them, although I have very good female friends, but that's just a general statement. Now, talking about marrying them, I'm sorry, my female friends there, but I don't think it's my cup of tea. You have asked me that like 3 years ago. I would have told you, no, it's the 21st century, you should be able to marry whoever you want. But I have understood that in India, when you marry someone, you marry their culture, their food, their caste, their religion, their family. It's very, very, very deep. So I'm not saying that an African guy could not marry an Indian girl. I'm just saying that it's a lot of work. And if you're ready to understand, because the Indian culture is very deep, it's very complex. There's a lot of things you have to understand to be a good child, to your parents. The way we relate to our parents and to our in-laws is not the same thing over there. So you have to learn and understand and practice a lot of things. And also, Indian relationships are very fusional. So if you're someone who needs a lot of space, you're not going to be comfortable in that. So for me personally, it will be a no, but still, I think they're very beautiful.
Indian in general are amazing people, and they are very very caring, very kind people. So because they treat foreigners or like foreign national as their own brothers and sisters. So that's very kind of them. But regarding the what I think about marrying an Indian girl, I don't have any plan of settling yet. But like we never know, anything can happen, So I cannot say, you never said never. That's the point. So but right now I'm not dating any Indian girl, or like I'm not having an Indian girl. But in case I'm planning to settle down, like I'm planning to start my married life, So I can think about that question. But Indian, there's no issue. I don't have any issue against that. Getting married to an Indian or like whatever. I think love is the thing above all, right? So that should not be an issue for me.
Well, I met with Indian girls there, and I have to say that they were pretty and beautiful. And if I would have to get married with them, I don't know, because like I have been in Ireland, for example. I don't know. I think I would prefer to marry somebody from my country, because it's going to be easier, because of the culture, the language, and many other things. But I wouldn't deny, that I will get married with an Indian girl if this happens. So
Yeah, Indian girls are very beautiful. They have a particular beauty that you won't find anywhere in the world, especially in their saree, especially when they make their makeup, they change radically. Yeah, why not? If I had the opportunity to marry with an Indian girl, why not? If I had a commitment somewhere, why not?
Well, I'd say they are very much cultured and mannered, because every culture has what they're very unique for. And Indian ladies are reserved. A lot of them are buying into the idea of westernization, and so that is actually maybe shaping them to be a lot more like the American ladies, but they still have their Indian trait in them, which makes them unique.
Very funny or something, but yeah, I'm still exploring India because I spent 2.5 years in Bhubaneswar, Odisha, in the eastern part of the country, and like I've been a bit more than 1 year now in Bangalore, and like the really thing is like I'm enjoying Bangalore a lot because it's some very multicultural place, and the weather is amazing, the food is amazing, like a lot of things are amazing in India. So just like their tagline when advertising about the country saying incredible India, so yeah, I really invite people to come and discover this amazing place?
Yes, actually, for me, anything that tends to be regrettable, I consider it as a challenge, and I face lots of challenges. Things that I do not like is in Gujarat actually is when you are African, black African, and they call you Kalia. Kalia means black, but I think has some negative meaning behind this black. So that's why I do not like it. I prefer when they call me black man or black African, something like that. I prefer that. As funny, I think, yeah. Like one day we went to visit the zoo as a group of African, and then the local people we met there, like local Indian, when they saw us, they stopped radically watching the animals, and they came to us. Everyone came to us. They wanted to take photo with us. They wanted to talk with us. You know, and they spend the remaining of the time with us, and we're making fun of that. Say, we should have made money after that because they spent time with us. They took photo.
Any regrettable thing? Well, maybe this is with the question before. It's like you had to be careful with the water because if you take water from disgusting place, nasty place, you are going to feel very bad. And it's one of the things that I regret more than anything there because I had some medical problems when I stayed there because of the water conditions that I have. And also, it's like it's hard to work in India.
Um, I wouldn't say there is a funny event. I wouldn't say there's a regrettable event because each and every one of them was an experience. But for sure, I wouldn't say there was anything regrettable about my time in India because it was very peaceful, it was very exciting. Everyone around me made things very good for me. So it wasn't regrettable at all. And the funny part, I mean, there were a couple of times when you're all together and then maybe you're with an Indian and then somebody who is maybe another Indian just looks at you and then it's like, how are you so quick in making friends with locals? Or how are locals so quick in making friends with you? Then you see the look on their face and maybe they just keep staring at you until they go out of your horizon. So I'd say maybe that is one funny stuff. But besides that, when they actually come closer to you, it's actually a very good experience for both you and for them.
If I want to start now, I will not finish Steph. There are so many things. As I told you, India is different. If you're an African or just a person of black skin and you go into India, be ready to not be accepted everywhere in general. In big cities, hotels might not want you. Some people might laugh at you a little bit, so be ready for that. At the end of the day, you're not going to, sleep in the same apartment as them. So be able to get it out of your mind, but I will not focus on the negative things. I will focus on maybe one thing funny that happened to me once. There are so many stories, but this is the first one that came up to me. I was in a mall and I was shopping with a friend of mine who's from Maldives, and he looks Indian, so nobody knew he was a foreigner. And there's a guy that approached me and he asked me like for a picture, and I was like, sorry, but I'm not in the mood for that today. Like, I'll just pass, please. And I shook his hand. I was like, have a good day. It happens all the time, so I was not shocked. And after some time, like 5 minutes, he came back again and he was like, me police person, me educated person, so photo. And the guy said that and he's just looking at me in the eyes like, you have to take the picture with me. And I was so shocked. I was like, this guy is from the police, like maybe if I don't do it, he's going to take me to prison or something. So I said, okay, let's go. And then he had his wife and his daughter. He just told them to stand by me and I had to force myself to smile. And he took the picture and he left without saying anything to me. So yeah, this is not even something weird. This is a random day in India. So, but that story always makes me smile. The way he told me, like, I'm from the police, sure, you should take a picture with me. It always makes me smile. So it's the first thing that came to me. But yeah, all those things, it feels weird in the moment, but after you think about it, it makes you laugh and it makes many memories that you keep from your stay there. So yeah.